Hello, hello, hello. I hope you are doing really, really well. I wanted to stop by to share a very, very quick idea with you. And the idea I want to share with you is the idea that perhaps the time has come for us to give the comfort zone a rebrand. I think it's gotten such a bad rep over the past few years. There might be an entire generation that has been inundated with a propaganda that in order for us to accomplish anything, we have to escape our comfort zone. Now, if you and I have not yet met, I am Safia. I'm the Chief Shift Stirrer at New Habits, and I help my clients to establish professional and leadership brands for themselves that allow them to contribute in a way that is truly meaningful for them, that gives them the ability to step into their impact. And it is important to me to help them to accomplish this without them becoming or falling prey to burnout, without them alienating themselves from themselves and the people and the things and the experiences that they love and that make it all so very, very worthwhile. Now, I work in a space where, people are typically engaging with me because they aspire to something and they would engage my services because they're feeling stuck about something. And certainly in my own life, my own experience, I've experienced being stuck. And being stuck is sometimes one of the most soul destroying experiences we can have. It dilutes our self esteem, it really impacts our confidence, and our self-belief really, really takes a knock when we are in a stuck state. Now, when we're in a stuck state and people tell us that we've got to get out of our comfort zone, it is probably some of the most useless information or useless advice anyone can give us. When we are talking about our comfort zone, do we really ever stop to recognize and to understand what a comfort zone actually is? Very often when things are just being like, there's just this propaganda or this dogma that is out there, we are so soaked in it that we don't stop to understand what is being said and what the implications are of what is being said. And so when you think about comfort, when you look to the dictionary, and the dictionary talks about comfort as being free and unfettered and having no pain, having relief, and not having any hindrances holding you back. For me, these are not things that I want to escape from. These are things that I absolutely want. And when I think of a comfort zone, there are very, very specific experiences that I think about. When I think about being in my comfort zone, I think of being in a state where the foundation of everything I do, feel, think, and aspire to do is founded on a foundation of self-esteem, self-confidence, self-love, self-acceptance. When I plant my flag in my comfort zone and I declare my dominion over it, the idea for me is that I am saying that I am okay, that I've got my back, that whatever happens in life, I'll be okay. I will survive it. I feel as though when I step into this place where I am unfettered, where I am unhindered, where I am not engaged and caught up and distracted by pain and unwanted emotion, then I am in a place where I have a reservoir of strength. I have a reservoir of resilience. I have a reservoir of resourcefulness. And I am in a place, in a relationship with myself where I can count on myself and I know how to access resources and people around me. And I know how to make welcome all the things and resources that are around me. This does not sound like a place I want to get out of. For me, this sounds like a place I want to get into. And my biggest aspiration is, in fact, to make my way to my comfort zone, to make it my psychographic address on a very, very permanent basis. And yet, when I share this idea with people, very often they look at me, and the expression that they have on their face is, ah, wait, oh man, she's given up on life already. Or they agree, but it's something that we will do in the future sometime out there. And yet, despite the fact that this expression is out there about the comfort zone being the place that you want to get out of when you want to grow, all of the science, all of the research tells us that in order for us to accomplish anything that matters, we need to establish a certain degree of safety, a certain degree of self-belief, a certain degree of resourcefulness within us. And so, it is all quite consistent that comfort is a big element. Safety is a big element of growth. The idea that you've got your own back, the idea that the tribe will catch you, the idea that you will survive something. We must remember that our brains are not looking, they are not aspiring to living the great life. Our brains want us to be okay. Our brains want to know that we've got the ability to survive the next moment and the next moment and the next moment. It's got no interest, it's not invested in our happiness, it's not invested in our joy, it's not invested in any of those things that sound like thriving. And so when our brains don't understand that we are in a place of comfort, it's going to do anything and everything to resist the growth that we are undertaking. Now, I am not suggesting for a moment, please don't misunderstand me. I am not suggesting for a moment that we must not experience discomfort. I am not suggesting for a moment that we must not take risk. I am not suggesting for a moment that sometimes things can feel so incredibly uncomfortable that it can overwhelm us. But this is precisely the point of the comfort zone. The comfort zone is there to catch you. The comfort zone is there to give you the ability to move forward, knowing that you'll be okay, knowing that you will survive the moment, that you will survive the next step, that when you march off your map as you know it, you will be okay. One of the things that we must be aware of is that when we are feeling stuck, we are not in our comfort zone, we are not being lazy, we are not being unmotivated. These are all very quick and easy diagnoses for what we are experiencing. And when we are outside of our comfort zones, we need to start practicing patience with ourselves to understand what we are really and truly experiencing. And we've got to tune into our reality. And more often than not, we will start recognizing that what we are in is a survival zone, a space in which we are so prone to feeling fight, flight, freeze reactions, a space in which we are so prone to experiencing compulsions. And one of the biggest compulsions we have is a compulsion to practice procrastination, to be distracted from our goals, to be moved away from anything that feels uncomfortable to us. And the one thing that I know about the survival zone is that it is a great many things, but it is not comfortable. What I experience when I know I'm in my survival zone, there are things that I experience. Perfectionism. And not just the perfectionism where I'm like wondering, is it good enough, but taking action anyway. It's kind of perfectionism that I can have all the best ideas, but I put nothing into motion. I have a raging inner critic when I am in my survival zone. My inner critic criticizes me and fells me so thoroughly that it might take me weeks just to get up from even a minor fall. And then, of course, there is just a raging procrastination. And this is true for just about everyone that I work with. And we have so many different ways in which we are able to distract ourselves away from our goals, away from the things that really, really light us up, the things that are the dreams that sit inside of ourselves, the hopes that sits inside of ourselves. Sometimes it's not even big things, it's small things, but we are just completely hijacked This is not a comfort zone. This is a zone that is a stuck zone. This is a zone in which we are unable to take action for ourselves. So my invitation is this: become really clear on whether or not you are in your comfort zone or whether you are in a survival zone. If you are unable to take action towards your goals, if you are unable to take action towards your dreams, please, I beg you, start becoming clear about what your actual reality is. What is happening in your inner world? Resist the impulse to bypass it. Resist the impulse to hustle your way through it. In my experience, when people take action, in spite of the fact that it is thrashing their nervous systems, they are able to take 2 steps forward and then they fall down and they can't get up. Or if they get up, it takes them a very, very long time. Your resilience, your resourcefulness is in your comfort zone. Find out, do the work, become clear on what it is that is keeping you in your survival zone. Do what it takes to get into the comfort zone and then take the action that allows your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, big or small, to flourish and to really, really contribute to the world out there. So I'm Safia, and I look forward to your thoughts and to your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.